Yeah. Whoa. I speak. We change lives, Jesus. I speak.
Welcome to the TP Masterclass. On behalf of Cliff Cheqona and the entire TP family, we're honored to have you here. You didn't just join a live session. You stepped into a transformational experience designed to help you master your mind, align your emotions, and trade with clarity and conviction. We'll be starting shortly. In the meantime, settle in and prepare your notepad. Like the stream, subscribe if you haven't already. And most importantly, invite someone who needs this. Because around here, we don't just trade, we transform. Let's get started soon.
I speak life, I speak spirit, we change lives, Jesus did it. I speak life, I speak spirit, we change lives, Jesus did it. Step into my Monday, I'm stepping to my Monday, I'm stepping to my Monday. We change lives, Jesus did it. I'm stepping to my Monday, I'm stepping to my Monday, I'm stepping to my Monday. We change lives, Jesus did it.
What is the TP family, and how do you become part of it? Don't worry, if you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for Trading Psychology. When Cliff Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So what's the TP family? It's not a company. It's not an organization. It's a movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple: education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
What is the TP family, and how do you become part of it? Don't worry, if you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for Trading Psychology. When Cliff Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So what's the TP family? It's not a company. It's not an organization. It's a movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple. Education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. Just drop some number ones in the chat if you guys are ready for another TP Masterclass. Welcome, everybody. I've actually missed you guys. If you haven't noticed, I haven't been here for the last couple of weeks, but I have simply been recovering from, just recovering from just a general flu. But I'm happy to be back. That's the most important part, because, this is development. This is growth for me. This is actually a lot for me. So for me, the fact that I'm not even here, I actually definitely miss you guys, not just because of the people in the comments and the TP family alone, but just the idea of just really remaining consistent. So I'm happy to be back. Hope you guys are doing well. I can see a lot of number ones in the chat. And if you guys are actually brand new, just drop in the chat brand new to the TP Masterclass and let me know where you're tuning in from. As well as if you're brand new as well. I know we usually have a lot of people across the UK. In fact, let me not say across the UK. We have usually a lot of people, some people in the UK, some people across Nigeria. I know some people, I've seen Cameroon in the chat sometimes. I've seen South Sudan. I've seen quite a lot of individuals, Uganda, you name it. So many people across the world, India. So just drop wherever you're tuning in from, just right before we continue and get started. I can see so far we have Nigeria, we have Ghana, Uganda, the Netherlands. Okay, we have Italy. Awesome. I don't think I've actually seen Italy. So that's the first time I've personally seen Italy in the chat. We have our family, of course, tuning in from Uganda. So welcome, of course. We have Ghana. And finally, we have someone that says brand new to watch the live session. Awesome. Welcome. Big bag trades. Love it. Amazing. And we also have Benin in the house. Welcome, Victor. And just keep the chat flowing. Like I said, honestly, I'm really happy to be back. And we're going to dive straight into our segment today. I know you guys can already see what's been shared on your screen, and I'm going to elaborate a lot more. But just really quickly, welcome to today's TP Masterclass. For those of you who are brand new, once again, I just want to say a massive welcome. This session is a transformational session, all right? It's a transformational session. It's not a session that we've actually pulled every single person and guys, you have to be here. We're forcing you guys to be here, but no. In fact, the reason why you guys are here is because you understand transformation. You understand that transformation is not only a process, but it's also a commitment, right? Kenya in the house, welcome. But yes, it's a commitment to subscribe to transformation. Okay, I've subscribed to transformation. I have had an idea of what transformation is for many years, but I never really grasped the concept of what transformation actually is in terms of an action. Welcome, Olu Kotun. If I've said that incorrectly, I do apologize. You said that you are absolutely brand new, so welcome as well. All right, so welcome again to this transformational session. My part today is to go over the habit formation segment. All right, and the reason I love this segment so much is because, and I say this every single time, that it's kind of like the lifeblood of everything that we do. Our habits, our identity, who we are, is how we do things. How we do things relates back to who we are. All right. If somebody was confused as to, do you know what, can I really trust this person in terms of what this person has said? This person said that they are going to. I'm just giving you a random example. Okay, so they said definitely by Friday I'm going to transfer you a sum of money, right? And then maybe a couple of weeks have passed and that sum of money hasn't come into play. Now, the first question you might ask yourself is, well, something may have happened to the individual. I hope that's what you're thinking, that maybe something happened to the individual, maybe something has changed, maybe let me actually check up on that person. But actually you figure out that that person is actually fine and they haven't even mentioned the fact that they were going to send you some money, right? Again, not the best example, just a very random example. And then over time, you keep on seeing them consistently say the same thing over and over again. Oh, do you know what? Don't worry. Next Friday, I'm going to transfer you some money. But in fact, they don't even give you the reason as to why they haven't transferred you that money. But you stay silent in your corner, and then all of a sudden you begin to realize that, oh, you know what? This person is bluffing. Unfortunately, this person is a liar, or this person is not true to their word. No matter how you decide to relate to that situation, right? But again, like I said, very random example. I don't want to dwell on that too much. But my point here is that you have to look at the fruit and not necessarily trust only just the word. The word is like the beginning phase. That's phase one. Phase two is now understanding that, does the person's action match with their words? Does the words also match with their belief system in terms of who they are as an identity? If those things don't align, then you can almost always count on that person not fulfilling a lot of what they do and what they say. And that's like a reflection. It's like a mirror. Me saying this is like a mirror to myself, and it should be like a mirror to each and every single person. Why? Because every single time you do things, you have to really observe, you know what, am I really staying true to my word? Am I a man of my word? Am I somebody who says something and follows through with the things that I say? How many people, let's just say you're somebody who's a 35-year-old man, a 40-year-old woman, right? Over the course of those years that you have lived, maybe take a step back into your life and think, okay, how many people have I actually disappointed because I said something that didn't come to pass? Or in fact, I promised someone something, it didn't come to pass. I didn't give them the reason as to why it didn't come to pass. And I somehow, maybe I never spoke to that person again. Maybe they never spoke to me again, and I maybe have hurt that person or disappointed that person in some way, shape, or form. It's a really deep question, and I want every single person to think about that question, because these things are very, very powerful. All right. But on that note, we're going to go straight into our segment today. And as you can see on the screen, it says the key to a great strategy is to align your execution with your vision. And at the bottom, I've highlighted the word, the strategy. So my topic today, the basis of my topic today is about strategy. Now, not strategy in the way that you think I'm going to speak about it. Now, some people might think strategy in terms of, I may have missed it, but I can see Arise. Arise is brand new. If you are brand new, then welcome to the TP Masterclass Arise. So brilliant. But strategy is not in the way that you think I'm going to express it. I'm not talking about a strategy on the MT5 or a strategy on your trading view or your whatever platform that you're using. We're talking more to do with strategy or defining the strategy, what an actual strategy is. All right. So let's get straight into it. Now, in fact, before I continue, what is the purpose of why I've used this particular statement? The key to a great strategy is to align your execution with your vision. Now, I see a lot of people, in fact, I can understand a lot of people to try to execute things, to do things, which is actually not a bad thing, because it means that you are a person of action. If you've never really been a person of action and then you decide, you know what, enough is enough, I'm going to be a person of action, I'm going to get it done and just get things done, right? You don't really have a vision, but you want to execute. Great. That's actually good. That's a good sign that you may be in the right direction. But without a vision, you will execute and you won't really see a progression. Just like the person that says, you know what, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to be consistent. And I'm going to go 3 days a week, right? But when you go 3 days a week, you're very consistent. It's great. But because you don't have a vision, you pick up any single weight feeling that, oh, I've worked on this particular bicep, I've worked on that tricep, right? I've worked on this hamstring in the gym, I've worked on my foot, and everything is just so unorganized and discombobulated, right? You can see there's different parts of your body that's hurting, but you don't really see progression. You just have pain, right? The pain of execution, right? But because you don't have a vision and the two things aren't really aligned, because you don't have the vision, it kind of means you don't really have a strategy. Okay. So in fact, what in fact is a strategy? And this is what I'm going to be covering today. So let's continue. So what in fact is a strategy? Just basics. The simple term or the simple definition for the strategy is a high level plan or a set of actions to achieve a specific goal involving setting priorities. Okay, it continues and says allocating resources and defining how to succeed. All right. So a high level plan or a set of actions to achieve a specific goal. That's the first point. It also involves setting priorities, allocating certain tools, things you can use, resources, and defining how to succeed. All right. So success might mean something different for every single person. Or in fact, the idea of what success looks like might be different for somebody else. Now, there's another thing that I also mentioned on our sessions, which is when you're taking notes with what we're sharing here, right? You don't also have to just limit it to trading. Everything that we're talking about is also things you can implement in life. You can implement this in your trading. You can implement this when it comes to physical exercise, right? When it comes to developing your mind, you can implement certain structures and certain things as well. All right. My point is, there are so many different frameworks, tools, things, and you can even diversify even further and also find something which is unique to you. Not only that, you can actually develop something which is unique to your progression in whatever it is that you are trying to achieve. All right. So, strategy. Now, why is strategy very important? Because with your strategy, it will then determine how you do things. It's as simple as that. You want to build successful and quality habits. But one thing that I often hear a lot of the time is, I want to be consistent. I want to be somebody who's great with my habits, but I don't know how to be consistent or where to channel my focus. It's not that I don't know how to be consistent, but I just don't know where to channel my focus. I've got maybe 3 things that I love to do. I just don't know how to channel my focus. Sometimes that's what the issue is, right? So this is why you need a strategy. And then you can begin to prioritize the certain things that you might think, well, let's just say I'm a very busy person and I prioritize my health. I want to go to the gym. I want to prioritize going to these particular sessions during the day or maybe during the evening, right? But at the same time, I want to prioritize reading 2 books a month. But at the same time, I want to prioritize going shopping every single week to buy quite some expensive items or some products for healthy eating, right? You then begin to list out the different things, map out different things, and begin to gather resources that would allow you to come with a solution that works best for you and not just feel overwhelmed every single time. All right. So that's the part of what is a strategy. I've broken this down into pretty much 3 pillars. Okay. So 3 pillars of a great strategy. Number 1, you need clarity. All right. So you need clarity. Number 2, consistency. And number 3, you need accountability. All right. So I'll go over that really quickly one more time. So number 1, clarity. Number 2, consistency. Number 3, accountability. What is the purpose of clarity? The purpose of clarity is to have a very clearly defined idea of what it is that you're doing or where you're going. All right. Now, when you're going to look at some of these definitions, you're going to see that it refers to trading, of course. But like I said, don't limit it to just trading. All right. But let's just use this as an example whilst we're here. Define exactly what, why, and how you trade. Clarity removes hesitation and emotions. Oftentimes, when we're in the markets, the market will move exactly how the market is going to move on that day, during that week, or during that period or season that you're trading. It's as simple as that, right? Sometimes you might experience FOMO, the fear of missing out. So then you decide, okay, well, because today is NFP, I don't want to miss out on a very big move. So I'm going to just trade. My odds are it's going to go either up or down. This is my last $300 and I'm just going to put it on the market. All right. Emotions. Now, that's probably, in my opinion, a very extreme example. It does often happen, especially if you're more to the newer side, been trading for about a year, right? But it's also very subtle. Why? Because you don't necessarily have the clarity as to why you're even trading in the first place. It might even be because I stumbled across trading a couple of months ago because it's a good idea of a way to make money online and multiply money, and I just want to learn about it. That's often how many people get involved in trading, and they get stuck in such a cycle and a loop of, failing every single time, right? And it becomes very, very subtle to the point where now you try to take matters into your own hands. You see the chart moving, price moving, you get so overwhelmed. Sometimes you just press something just to try and test something out, not knowing that you've actually pressed buy or sell on an account that you've actually made a real deposit on, right? And then you lose a lot of money, and then your account gets liquidated. So there's many different things here. I just use a very extreme example. But my point is, without clarity, things become very, very blurred in anyway, right? With a clear strategy, this will actually answer the problems where you know exactly when to act and also when to stop. That's very important. Oftentimes, traders don't know when not to trade. Okay. I'm going to speak from my perspective, right? There's often times when I'm not feeling well. If I'm not feeling well, right? Like probably in the last couple of weeks, that has, in terms of my energy, in terms of my focus, in terms of my ability to really zero in and trade, it hasn't been successful, right? But me being in a position to still see my screen, and I'm saying this from experience, it's happened where I said, you know what, I got to be disciplined. Now, it's not necessarily because I don't want to be disciplined, but I just, with experience, I just know that the way my brain functions, or how my full body functionality, my capabilities, with low energy levels, with sickness, it's going to affect my decision making. And it's as simple as that. So that's what I think a lot of traders suffer from, not knowing when not to trade as well. All right. But when you have clarity, when you have a trading plan, just like when you have a business plan, you know when to do things and when not to do things. Just like with a strategy, the strategy that you're trying to build, you know, okay, well, on the weekend, on a Saturday, most people are going to be out, right? Most people are going to be out. So maybe I'm going to get a lot of footfall on a Saturday. Maybe not necessarily on a Sunday, right? So you know exactly when to open a shop or when to expect those more customers and when to not expect those more customers, if that makes sense. All right. Consistency. Repeating the same process over and over and over and over again. Guys, I've been talking about this for many, many, many sessions now. Right? There's no excuse now. There's no excuse. We've spoken about many different processes. All right. Processes to do with how you record information. Say consistency is actually boring. But do you know who succeeds in life? The boring people. It's the people who do the boring things in life that the most of the people don't want to actually do consistently that actually succeed. Success sometimes can be very boring. It can be very plain. It's not really exciting if you really think about it. In fact, that's often why after a couple of weeks of trying to do something consistently, many, many people fall off because consistency is boring. But as long as you know that the process is something to continue with and to be endured, what do you build out of consistency? You build something called resilience. You build confidence. As you can see here, it says you build data. Okay. What does data mean? It means you're gathering information about yourself, about a particular, if it's to do with trading, about a particular currency pair. You know how it behaves. You know when to trade. You know when to expect a certain move in the market when X, Y, and Z happens. All right. And then you focus on the process, not perfection. And that's something that I've said in the past, even to myself, which is strive for progress and not perfection. We're not trying to be perfect. We're just trying to progress. Yes, understand that we're going to make mistakes along the way, but strive for progress. All right. Last but not least, accountability. This one, I cannot stress about it enough. Why? Because it's all great me saying you have to have a clear vision. You have to have a clear goal. You have to have a clear process. That's all great. And when you have a clear process, you have to be very consistent. You have to be consistent. You just got to, you just have to do it. You just got to do it. Right. Until you get to the point where, oh, yeah, I'm busy right now. Maybe I'll do it another time. And then another time becomes 2 weeks. It becomes 3 weeks. And then you don't even realize, subconsciously, you've realized, you've maybe over time, you haven't even realized that quality, that habit that you were doing before, you just stopped doing it. You stopped reading consistently. You stopped going outdoors or going for a run consistently. Maybe you haven't run, but you haven't even gone for a walk consistently. So this is why accountability is important. Why? Because accountability to yourself is good with systems in place by journaling, But I believe when you have a community, that's also very important as well. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a community. You can even go to a person that has nothing to do with the industry that you're working in. Let's just say that they were trading and you are a trader, but they're not really trading. They're doing something else. And it might even be vice versa. That's the whole purpose of accountability. Let's just say you're a trader and the other person is somebody who loves sports, or they're a manager in a particular position. It can be anyone. It doesn't have to be a manager. It can be anybody, right? But you're holding them accountable to something, and vice versa. They're holding you accountable to something that you want in exchange as well. So accountability, as you know, turns into discipline and then into habits. And overall, it improves exactly what you're trying to achieve as well. All right. So these are the 3 pillars that are broken down: clarity, consistency, and accountability. This is what makes a great strategy. When you're thinking about strategy now moving forward, consider these 3 things. Do I have a clear strategy? Okay. Is it easy to understand? If I give it to somebody, are they going to be confused, or are they going to be like, I can do this even myself? Can you be consistent at it? Do I have so many tasks inside my strategy that I'm going to go from task 1 to 10, and then I feel as though this is quite a lot? I might do it. After the 5th time, I feel like it's a bit too much. Maybe you need to reorganize it and maybe make 5 clearly defined tasks. And accountability. Do you have somebody holding you accountable? So, what in fact is the strategy? Now, when we're speaking about strategy, I'm talking more to do with the strategy of building habits. We've spoken about many different tools or various different things to utilize when it comes to building successful habits, right? But I just wanted to highlight a few things in terms of ways or strategies that can be used to build something or build a type of habit. So let's just say, for instance, you're somebody who's confused about, oh, you know what, I want to build better strategies in terms of monitoring my weight or monitoring the type of things that I'm eating. Great. Well, the strategy of monitoring something is something that you can do as well. Okay. As you can see, what gets measured gets managed. Okay. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but as you guys can see, and you guys already know that if you don't really document your trades, then what's really the point? You don't know how the asset that you're trading is actually going to work long term. You don't know how it's going to benefit you. You don't even know if that's the asset that you should be trading long term as well. All right. So there's a strategy for monitoring things, a strategy for building a foundation. So let's just say you are somebody who wants to have a clear mind at your workplace. You're somebody who wants to have a clear mind when it comes to trading or your trading habits or behaviors. You guys already know. Let's not take it lightly. You have to get quality sleep. You have to wake up consistently at a certain time during the day. You might say it's 5 a.m. You might say it's 9 a.m. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure that you're consistent with it. All right. Am I in a calm place? Whenever I'm doing an activity that requires a high level of focus, is there anything that will distract me? Is there anything that will prevent me from being fully focused or being in such a space that is silent? So then you have your deal breakers. Your deal breakers is, okay, well, if I'm going to be really focused at writing this essay or doing this piece of text or trading, there can't be noise inside the room. Okay, great. Well, maybe I just need to invest in a pair of headphones that will cause me to be very, very chilled and focused in that particular time. All right. A strategy for scheduling things. Do you have a habit of just saying, yeah, I'm going to do it? Yeah, I'm going to put the clothes up on the line. No problem. Yeah, I'll do it. And then you forget. And then you have to wash the clothes again. Right. Do you have a strategy for scheduling? Let's just say, oh, I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. Do you just rely on your body clock to get you out of bed oftentimes? Or do you actually put measures in place to say, I need to get up at 6 a.m. I'm going to set my alarm for maybe 5:30, give myself some wiggle room just so that I can maybe snooze a little bit if you're that type of person, of course. Right? What sort of measures are you going to put in place in terms of scheduling? Okay. A strategy for accountability. Are you going to use mentors? Are you going to use public commitment? Here's one thing that I see a lot of people do, which is a good thing, I think, in my opinion. Maybe not for everybody, but sometimes when they decide that they want to do something, they go on TikTok, they go online and they say, guys, hold me accountable. Or they'll say, it's just an example, but maybe there'll be a video, guys, for the next 30 days, I want to make sure that I have the same meal every single day, right? The same meal every single day. I want to be held accountable to see what will happen to my body if I eat this particular meal every single day at 5 a.m. Right? Public. It might just be you need mentors. It might just be that you need somebody just as a friend, your safe space, to just hold you accountable. A strategy for your identity. For me, this is a big one. Why? Because your identity should be like the priority. How you do things, everything flows from who you are. Right? Who you are is how you trade. I'm sure you've definitely heard that one before. And it's not mine. It's not my saying. Right? But who you are is how you trade. What does that mean? It means how you trade is based on the identity that is really deep rooted in who you are. If you're somebody who's quite forceful in general, the forcefulness will show up in your trading. If you're somebody who's quite greedy and impatient, it will show up in your trading. If you're somebody who's quite calm in general, that will show up in your trading. If you're somebody who may hesitate when it comes to deciding and picking things, that trait may also show up in your trading identity, right? And this is the reason why we always reinforce creating statements, creating statements, declarations, picking a certain time or picking a certain area where you're going to be saying something repeatedly to yourself every single day. I am a good trader. I'm a disciplined trader. I'm a process-driven trader. I am somebody who's consistent in life. I don't always want to carry burdens, but I will listen mindfully when I'm speaking to somebody. These are the type of things that you'll always constantly repeat yourself. Why? Because we're talking here about programming your mind, a strategy for your identity. It can work twofold as well. As you know, some people tell a lie so much that eventually they begin to believe in it, right? That's simply because that's just how the mind works. So at the end of the day, if you understand this, you need to put these certain measures in place. All right. A strategy is very important. So you need to understand, number one, what is a strategy? We're here thinking about strategy on the charts. Okay, great. Well, what is the strategy for you on the charts as well? When I go on a chart, am I just looking for a break and a retest? Is there a reason why you're looking for just a break, any sort of break and a retest? Right? What's the purpose for why you're trading? Well, the purpose for why I'm trading is because I want to multiply my income. I'm just going to give you a random example here. I want to multiply my income. I don't want to leave my job, but I want to multiply my income and then put it into savings. Okay, great. So what's then the strategy? Okay, well, the strategy now is to spend the next 3 to 6 months understanding this currency pair by observing price action, right? By observing how the price moves during a particular session, by allowing myself to be at this particular session every Tuesday and every Thursday, right? That's the strategy. Okay, perfect. Whilst I'm doing that, what are the instances that I'm looking for before I can jump into a trade and execute it? What is the type of capital that I'm going to be using? Am I going to be using prop firms? Am I going to be using my own capital? What is the strategy? This is the strategy here that we are talking about. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this session. All right. This was the habit formation session. Most importantly, it's important to really go back and observe everything that we go over. All right. And really take the time to implement these things. At the end of the day, we're really here to guide you in different ways of implementing these habits. We can't really do the habits for you. I think sometimes when doing these sessions, I can testify and say the most difficult part I can say when it comes to habit formation or really sharing this with you guys is the fact that we can tell you a lot of different things. If you don't implement it and if you don't try, if you don't see consistency, there's nothing we can say. There's nothing we can say. Everything that I'm sharing with you is all based on experience. All right. The good stuff, the bad stuff, the stuff that I've learned from all in the past. So it's important to really try these things for yourself. Come back with some testimonies. It doesn't always have to be trading. If it is trading, great. It can be, well, I was able to gain consistency. I used to have very high stress levels. And because of this tool, or because of this structure, because of this framework that I've used, or something, it could be something. It doesn't even have to be something that I've personally said, or any one of us on the panel has said. It could be something that you figured out about yourself because you've learned so much about yourself, that you know yourself very well, that actually, because of the way my brain works, because of my lifestyle, because of my family, this is the best thing for me to do. And it's actually helped you in one way, shape, or form. All right. So with that being said, I just want to thank each and every single person for tuning in to today's session of the habit formation. And I will see you guys next time on the next session. Peace out. God bless, and bye-bye.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
What is the TP family, and how do you become part of it? Don't worry. If you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for Trading Psychology. When Cliff Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So what's the TP family? It's not a company. It's not an organization. It's a movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple. Education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading.
Hello, TP family. Hi, everyone. Apologies from before. We were facing some technical difficulties. That was why I was not able to come on to greet everyone and welcome everyone onto the stream. But now I'm here, and I really hope everyone enjoyed and took some notes from Willie's session where he was talking about strategy, because that topic is very important when it comes to trading and trading psychology, But I just wanted to come on here and then let everyone know of what exactly we do during our streaming, because I was not able to do so before Willis came. I did see some few comments of people being here for the first time, and they are probably wondering, oh, what is this stream about? So I am about to let everyone know what this stream is about. And if you are new tuning in today, do put in the live chat so that I can go ahead to, give you a shout out and let everyone know that it's your first time tuning in with us and you are enjoying the streaming so far. But how was everyone's week for trading? I hope everyone's week went really well for their trading psychology and their trading strategy. And also, if you are first time here, I just want to say welcome to the TV Masterclass streaming. This is our 42nd episode. Yeah, 42nd episode or 42 episode since the beginning of this year. And I just want to welcome. Oh, we have Richard said it is his first time here. Richard, hello. Welcome to the TV Masterclass, and I hope you are enjoying your time so far. And also, because if you're also new here, I just want to direct you of where you can go, and then you'll be able to get the information that you may need to help with your understanding. We have a video on our platform called "What is Really Trading Psychology." To locate it, all you have to do is just go on our playlist, and then you should see that we have a playlist called Season 1 of TP Masterclass. You just have to click in on it, and then you will scroll down, and then you will see what is really trading psychology. This TP Masterclass video will really help with your understanding of what we actually do here during our streaming. Okay. Oh, Isaac is also new here. Hello, Isaac. Welcome to TP Masterclass, and I hope you're enjoying your stay so far. Anyways, as I was saying, we don't just talk about charts, we deal with the mindset behind trades, and we also talk about mindset transformation too. So it's all in one that we deliver here during the TP Masterclass. We also have Godfred saying that he had a terrible trading week, but I have learned a lot from it. I'm very happy to hear that. I'm very happy to know that you have learned your lessons, because every loss that you take during trading hours, they are all lessons that you have to learn from. It's not necessarily stop loss, but they are lessons that once you realize what the error is, you can learn from it. Okay. Another thing that we do here, from Monday to Friday, we post what we call the TP declaration. It's not just a picture that we just randomly post. It's about the declaration that you have to make before you take trades for that day. It helps align your mindset with the financial market, and to also align you with your mindset for that day. So that is something we always post from Monday to Friday. So make sure that you are keeping an eye on our community tab on the YouTube platform or our YouTube channel. Okay. And another thing I want to remind everyone is, I know I wasn't able to give this remind from the beginning of the stream, but please do get your notebook and your pens and your anything that you use to take notes. Make sure that you grab it so that you can continue to take notes from this TP Masterclass and you wouldn't miss anything. Okay. Another serious reminder that I always say every single week is that make sure you are being mindful of this space, to not put anything distracting that will be that does not align with the brand that we have built here so far. We want to keep everything respectful, and if you are not following this rule, we will remove you from the streaming. It's not anything personal, it's just something that we have been doing ever since we started this journey of the TP Masterclass. Okay, and without any further talking, I'm just gonna go now. I just wanted to come on to say hi to everyone, as I always do every single week, and I hope you're enjoying the stream so far. So from now, it's Cliff Cheqona that will be coming on. So make sure that you're staying on to get more information from this TV Masterclass. Thank you, everyone, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix
Can you guys hear me loud and clear? If you can hear me loud and clear, kindly just drop some number ones in the chat, please. All right, before we go in today, I'm going to be teaching something. My initial message for today, or masterclass topic for today, has been interrupted because I have to teach something very important. And so if you know somebody who has to be on this call, this live, this stream, please let them know that we are live. But before we go on today, our today's declaration, I title it, I am being transformed. I am being transformed. I want us to meditate on this words, I am being transformed. You see, when we say something is being transformed, there is a difference between transformation. Watch this, watch this. Before we declare this, I want you to listen to this carefully now. There is a difference between transformation and changing. There is a difference between transformation and changing. When we say we are transforming something, it means what you are transforming to become is already in you. You just needed some things to come together to become that thing. So if a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, a caterpillar was a butterfly all this while, but it needed to go through something to become a butterfly. So when I say declare to yourself, I am being transformed, I'm not saying who you are right now is dumb, is stupid, and so become somebody new. No, Chief, I'm saying I am being transformed means the person, the trader, that individual I am desiring to become, I am already that person. However, I understand I have to go through teachings. I have to go through information. I have to go through experience to become. Now that you understand this, declare with me, I am being transformed. In the next couple of few seconds, I want you to basically flow with me. If there is any instrument that can help me out here, I want people to soak this in, and I want you to meditate on it and say, I am being transformed. I am being transformed, meaning I understand. It's not just words. You are doing something to your mindset to bring a conviction out of you that I am being transformed, meaning that the person I need to become and I want to become and I am destined to become is already in me. When you pick up food raw materials, let's say raw rice, raw oil, raw everything, it has the potential to become that jollof. It has the potential to become that Chinese, but you need to do something to it. You need to put it on fire. You need to add some things. Then it transforms from being raw materials to become the food. So now that you are saying, I'm being transformed, it's not that you are not wise now, and so you have to change to become wise. Wisdom is already in you. You just need to go through something for it to be effective. I am being transformed. I'm being transformed. I don't care what the naysayers are saying. I'm being transformed. I don't care about last week's results. I am being transformed. Because when you put food on fire, the first 1 minute, the first 5 minutes, it looks like the food will never become good until you give it time. It's being transformed. You have come on these master classes, episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. It will look like nothing is changing in your life, but I can assure you, you are being transformed. You are being transformed. All right, let's go into today's masterclass. Father, we thank you for this masterclass for today. We believe and we know that you will transform lives beyond our imagination. Whether they are traders or people who listen to this information just for their own personal life, Father, I know that you will transform them in Jesus' name. Let's go into today's masterclass quickly. I will leave all announcements at the end because today we have a lot of things to teach. As I said, I was going to teach a specific topic today. And that topic, I was going to title it, before I talk about this, do we have anybody who is new today? Let me just basically say welcome to them. There are people that they stay up as late as India time zone. And sometimes, you know, they don't care how many hours they have to stay on the stream, they stay throughout. And I just want to say thank you so much. So if somebody is new, can we bring them up on the screen so that I can basically just say welcome to them? And those who have been following this masterclass from the time we started, God bless you. God bless you. Thank you all. Thank you to my team. Thank you, Willis. Thank you, Shells. And even though Kema is not here today, but he's coming soon. Thank you, Kema. And it has been very, very amazing. Thank you, Solomon. Thank you all, guys. I really appreciate it. All those at the back of the stage, thank you. So if you are new here, I just want to say congratulations on coming on to this masterclass today. Truly, you are being transformed. Whether today or the next week, you will keep on joining again. And all those who have here, you know, thank you for joining us, so on and so forth. Wherever you are right now on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, thank you. Also, wherever that you are in any part of the world, mostly these masterclass, we have so many people in different locations. We have Canada, we have Germany, we have Ghana, we have Nigeria, we have Uganda, we have, I can go on and on and on. So many demographics. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. All right. Today, before I introduce my topic for today, as I told you guys, I wanted to teach a topic. I will teach it next week. Forgive me. Because today's topic is very important. And I believe the timing is correct. The timing is correct. I want to just take this opportunity to say thank you to Willis. He was not feeling well last week. In fact, he's 90% well, but still he wanted to come and teach you guys today. I will just be a very insensitive person for me not to just say thank you to him. So, Will, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Also, I wanted to teach something very important today, but I'm going to switch it up. I'll teach it next week. I will introduce the topic next week anyways. Or let me just give you the teaser so that you understand. I was going to teach on a topic, the addictive mind today. The addictive mind. That was going to be the topic for today, the addictive mind. But I have to teach something else today. I am sensing within my spirit that there are traders here, there are people here who need this information, because if they don't hear this today, they might give up by next week. They might give up trading by next week. And so you need to hear this. This will not only motivate you and inspire you, it will explain why certain things happen the way they happen. But before we go into today's topic and I introduce my topic for today, I want to borrow something from last week. We learned a lot from Pastor Kayode, powerful segment. And as I promised you guys, in the next sequence, weeks coming, we have different categories of people also who is going to come onto this masterclass and help you guys to be able to understand certain dimensions of transformation as well. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but you guys are going to love this segment. And so I hope that you actually really prepare your heart and your mindset for it. Okay. Last week, Pastor Kayode was teaching something. Not the whole entire topic, but there was a part of the information he was given that I am only assuming people didn't really get it or catch it, because he just gave an example quickly and he left. But it was so important because when he said it again, I realized a lot of people didn't understand what he said. He said that humans, there is something called the human psychological needs. And so I was thinking about this and I'm like, before I teach my topic today, I want to brush on that for people to understand what that simply means. You know, we have heard it before, the psychological needs, psychological needs, psychological needs. When we say psychological needs, we are not talking about wants and desires. You see, we are talking about what the brain and the mind requires to stay balanced. I'm going to give you something here. I wrote down some couple of few things so that I want you guys to write. I want you to think of the psychological needs as the nutrients of your mind. You see, every human being, there are something that you need to have in your body in order for you to have certain nutrients. If you don't have certain nutrients, it will start to show. And when it shows, when we diagnose you, we call it deficiency in that specific area of your nutrients. So if somebody doesn't have a lot of vitamins in them, there is a way it draws a certain picture over their life, their body, whatever, and you can tell you lack vitamins. When this person is lacking other couple of few things, you can tell this person is lacking XYZ. You are lacking carbohydrates. You are lacking this. It's nutrients. You need it for you to be able to enjoy a certain quality of life. So when that person eat well, or they behave in a certain way that their body has a full nutritious component within them, we say the person is enjoying balanced diets. Balanced. So the same way when we talk about psychological needs, we are basically saying it is the nutrients of the mind, of your mind, so that you can have a balanced life. Are you guys with me? This is not my topic. I just thought, let me balance this conversation today so that if you didn't catch it, I would teach it so that you understand what it does to you psychologically. Remember, everything I talk about here is a psychological conversation that will help you to understand yourself. And so what it really means is that your brain is wired. Remember, anytime we talk about your brain and your mindset is a certain component of beliefs, emotions, experiences, and so on and so forth that has created your behavior. And so when your brain is wired, it means that it is set in structures to look for certain things. And so emotionally and social experiences, there are things you need to keep on regulating your nervous system. In other words, to stabilize your emotions and to build your sense of identity. So these psychological needs, they are the things that if you don't have them, you start to crave for them. I don't know about you, but there are certain times when you are hungry, any food tastes better. Maybe it's just me. Okay, maybe it's just me. So I will not generalize it. But when I am super hungry, every food is good. Like, and when you make a mistake with that, let's say when you go to a restaurant that, the menu is not too good. If you make a mistake and you go to that restaurant when you are super hungry, the first day you tried that meal, you'll be like, this is good. I will go back there again. Now, when you go back there again, the chances are excellent that you may not find the same way you felt that day, because that day it wasn't just about the food. It was about you, your cravings. You were ready to eat anything. So same thing with your mind. When it doesn't have these nutrients of these psychological needs, it's craved for everything. And so you will start asking yourself questions like, am I safe? Am I seen? Am I valued? Am I in control? Am I growing? Am I contributing to something meaningful? Are you with me? So I wrote down here the core psychological human needs that, Pastor Kayode mentioned it. I want to bring it down here. And I want to mention the side effects. Just like how when somebody likes vitamin C, there are certain things you could see, literally. When the person lacks vitamin K, there is something you will see. So when you go to the hospital, they will tell you, based on this and this we are seeing, these are the side effects of your lack of these nutrients. So same thing here, that when you lack these human psychological needs, it would show in some certain area of your life. The first one is safety. Safety is when you need emotional and physical security. That means you want to feel protected from harm, rejection, or instability. So every single time that somebody doesn't feel safe, one of the key side effects is anxiety. That is why the Bible says something very powerful. The Bible says that be anxious for nothing. Be anxious for nothing, because the Bible is trying to let you understand, listen, you're good. You're good. God got you. All right, God got you. I know you are worried. You may not eat next week, but He even takes care of the lilies. So God got you. So anytime that somebody is anxious, is a clear indication that the person doesn't feel safe. They feel like what they have, who they are with, what they are with is not going to last. So they don't know if it will be there tomorrow to protect them. And the person will start to overthink. The person will have trust issues. There is a saying that if you are here and you are putting stew on jollof rice, it means you have trust issues. So anybody who, this is not a proven indication, I'm just saying it. But if you are here and you are putting stew on your jollof rice, then you are a Nigerian. Anyways, let's move on. So anxiety is a side effect. Overthinking is a side effect. Trust issues is a side effect. Defensive mindset is a side effect of somebody who doesn't feel safe, or they lack the psychological need called safety. Are you with me? Then connection. Connection is a need. And so number one is safety. And I've told you the side effect of when somebody doesn't feel safe, one of the key indicators is anxiety. Listen, if you are Nigerian and what I said, about you put stew on jollof rice, even if you say something, I won't see it. I'm very busy teaching now. So don't worry. We will solve this situation later on down the line. But let's get back to business. So safety, okay, safety is psychological need, number one. Number two is belonging, connection, belonging. When the person needs to feel seen and the person needs to be accepted and the person needs to be loved, when they don't feel these things, the first indication is loneliness. Okay? Loneliness. They become lonely. Loneliness is not being alone. You can be with people and still be alone. Loneliness is when you don't feel like you belong. So you can be in an association and everybody is talking about how good becoming a doctor is, but only you want to be a trader. You want to belong to a community of traders. So when you don't belong, you crack jokes about trading. They don't get it. They crack jokes about being a doctor. You don't get it. And so you can be in their midst, good people, nice people, but you can still be lonely. And then some of the side effects again is called people pleasing. You become somebody that's, when they are talking about maybe, let's say, success. So they will go like, oh man, last week I was able to achieve this. You will also be like, oh yeah, me too. Last week I hit take profit. And they will be like, oh, the trading thing. You will be like, yeah, gold. Oh yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, you don't feel belong. So you want to please them. You want them to clap for you. So even when you are winning, it doesn't feel like a win because you didn't get them to say you belong. People pleasing. And the next thing that you need to be able to understand is that you also become very emotionally dependent on other people and you become isolated. So people sometimes will say, for me, I can stay alone. I understand. But that is because you don't really feel like you belong in many places, because the Bible says it's not good for a man to be alone. So anytime you find yourself enjoying isolation, not restriction, not separation. I'm talking about isolation. It's like always you feel like people don't understand you. It's because you grew up in a way that you always felt alone and you didn't belong. It's a psychological human need. Number three is the need for control. We call it the autonomy. Every single person in life, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you have. At some point, you want to be independent. That is why when we were all kids, we were young growing up, they would take you to school. You didn't mind. But at some age, when they are taking the same mother, the same father is taking you to school, and you can tell them, okay, wait, it's okay. Leave me here. I can go alone, because you have reached a stage where you want to be independent from your parents taking you to school. But you don't want to be independent from them in the house. But as far as your need in social life in that state of school is concerned, you want to walk alone to the school. You don't need them. It's called autonomy. Are you with me? So that is the number three. Number four is growth. At some point, every single human being wants to grow. So there are people who are on this masterclass watching me right now, and you have reached the stage of growing. It's a psychological need. You don't know why, but for some weird reason, it's like now you want to read. For some weird reason, now you like watching podcasts. Now it's like you would rather choose watching masterclass like this than to just go and be playing around. There is a need now within you. You want to grow. Then the last one is purpose. At some point in your life, it doesn't matter who you are. Your mind, your brain will want to be purposeful. You will want to contribute to something great. Does that make sense? And so the growth and the purpose part, some of the side effects is that you will start becoming bored if you are not independent. Let's start from the autonomy part. If you are not independent, if you are not somebody who can take care of yourself, let's say right now you have this person, and then let's say this person here, person A, person B. Person A is always getting a lift of a car from person B. Even though person A doesn't need a car because he has somebody taking him to work, at some point, it doesn't matter how nice the car is. Even if the person will end up driving Lada. You know, Lada is a very old Ukraine-made, Russian car. Is called Lada. Very, very interesting car. If Lada was a phone, I would call it 3310. It's not ugly, very strong. So it doesn't matter even if Lada is what you will use. You will rather prefer you are in the ladder independently than for somebody to be driving you around all the time in their own car. At some point, you want to be independent. It's a psychological need. It's not your fault. Then growth. If you are not growing, you become bored. If you're not growing, you become frustrated. If you're not growing, you will feel confused in your identity. Then the purpose. Now, when anytime somebody say I feel depressed, it means they are being dissociated from their purpose. They are being separated from the things they are supposed to stand for. Are you with me? Psychological needs. Now, I wrote down something here so that we will just use this to wrap up, and I'll introduce my topic for today. I wrote down here that when these start showing up in life, because I wanted to give you a blueprint for you to understand why it feels the way it feels. So let's say, for example, you take any of my psychological self-assessment tests and you are like, Cliff, after taking the test, I've realized that I'm sabotaging myself. What it means is that you need to understand when these things have phases. So between the age of 0, when I say 0 here, you understand, less than 1 year, to 6 years, is when you will start craving for safety. The child wants the mother. They always want to be with their mom. They always want to be carried. It's about safety. They want you to hold them. You know, even though this comparison is out of context a little bit, but my dogs, you know, Zane and Mantle, very interesting dogs. Even though they are dogs, there are sometimes they want safety. They want to be near you. They want to know that, you know, you are there, even though they don't need you. Every single human being needs safety. So from the age of 0 to 6 years, you will start to crave for safety. Now, during this age span, if you don't feel safe, if something happens to you, a trauma, if somebody molests you, if you are molested, you know, whatever it is, during that stage, majority of your decision making, because remember, the side effects of lack of safetyness, if that is the way to put it, is anxiety. You will start to overthink a lot. So if you go through a traumatic experience from the age of, you know, less than 1 year to 6 years, no matter what happens, you will still feel some level of attachment to that trauma, even though you were a kid. Then the age of 7 to 12 years, you know, is what we call the self-discovery. During this stage, you are craving for significance. That is where you're looking for validation. So between the age of 7 to 12 years is where, you know, if you used to go to school, maybe especially in Ghana, we have something called class prefect. I don't know if the same thing in different countries, but we call them the class head in, you know, somewhere in Europe and whatever. But in Ghana, we used to call them class prefect. That means that person is the one that is in charge of that, you know, classroom in terms of people being law and order, being in a classroom. Even if the person is a garbage head, they feel that they are important. They feel like, yeah, I'm the leader of the garbage, you know. So this is how it is. You know, you need to be able to understand that is the structure of how people are. They want to belong. They want to be significant. So between 7 to 12 years is self-discovery. You are finding yourself. You want validation. You want recognition. When somebody do something, you want to be able to say congratulations. You want that. If you don't get those things between 7 to 12 years, that is when you will start telling yourself like, it's okay. I don't even need congratulations. I'm fine. I don't need a compliment. Yada, 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 because you didn't get that. Then between the age of 13 to 18 years is where you start to feel independent. So between the age 13 to 18 years, you are a teenager now. You want to be on your own. You don't want them to take you to school anymore. You want to do your own thing. You want to make your own money and so on and so forth. And so you are looking for autonomy. You begin to rebel against anything that wants to make you dependent. Then the age between 19 to 30 years is identity and direction. During 19 to 30 years, that age gap, you want to know who you are. You want to understand your purpose. You want to grow. You want to seek growth, purpose. You question things like, who am I? So everybody who is asking themselves, who am I? You know, why am I here on earth? You are basically normally in this range between 19 to 30 years because it's a psychological human need. You need it, right? It's like a Ghanaian eating a meal and there is no egg. Cravings. It's a psychological Ghana need. They say Ghanaians an egg, right? It's a psychological Ghana need, right? So 19 to 30 years, you want to grow. You want more. You want to question why you are here on earth. Are you with me? Then the age of 30 to 50 years, now here you focus on mastery and meaning. All right? You are not just trying to prove a point. You want to make sure everything around you makes sense. Your family, your kids, and so on and so forth. And then between the age of 50 years, plus going is legacy. It doesn't mean if these ages pass you by, it doesn't mean that you can't do anything anymore. It just means that if you are here and you are having these side effects, it shows you the kind of childhood, the growth lifestyle that you had growing up. So someone like me, when you hear me saying things like at the age of 14 years, I got addicted to pornography, all right, then it simply means that at the end of the day, I got confused a little bit slightly within my identity. Because if you are addicted to something at that age, it will confuse who you are, because you won't get time to know who you are. You won't get time to develop yourself. You won't get time to be the person you're supposed to become. That is why age, people sometimes say age is just a number. No, when you are trying to, do whatever you want to do with somebody, you can get that excuses and push it that agenda. But age is not just a number. Age is not just a number. It is a sequence of wiring as a person in your mind. Are you with me? So these are the psychological human needs that you need to understand, that every single person that you are here, it means that you want to feel safe. It's a need. You deserve it. You want to connect to a group of people. You deserve it. You want to be significant. There is nothing wrong with that. You need it. You deserve it. You want to be independent. You deserve it. You want to grow. That is why you are here on this masterclass. You deserve it. And you want to be able to be part of something meaningful, purposeful. You deserve it. So you being intentional, transforming yourself to become the person you are supposed to become, the trader. So that is why a lot of people want to trade, because trading gives a sense of autonomy. So if you look at the span of the number of traders currently right now in this world, it's a group of people who didn't get to know who they were, and so they feel like they are late in life and they have to hurry up and become independent. And trading is the only thing that looks like, not just trading, but anything regarding digital marketing or e-commerce, it looks like the fast way to become independent. So every single person I consult with, they go like, to become financially free. What they are basically saying is that, man, Cliff, I'm craving for my psychological need, which is to become independent. So that is why trading has become something a lot of people want to do. So the first question I ask people is, why do you want to become a trader? The moment I hear I want to become financially free, I can literally tell that this person may not know who they really are, and they may not understand what trading really is, but they know if it gives them the same thing it has given to somebody, they can have that psychological need. All right, I'm gonna pause here. This is not my topic. I'm gonna teach now. But at least if you learn something today from this small thing, drop some number ones in the chat. Let me introduce my topic for today. Are you guys learning? Did you guys learn anything today right now? Did you learn anything? Did you learn anything today? Good. If you learned something, I'm now about to teach right now, so make sure that you are here. So now if you are ready for me, drop some number ones in the chat. Let's go. Drop some number ones in the chat. Let's go into today's masterclass. Drop some number ones in the chat. Let's go. All right, good. I want to teach something today. My topic for today, I title it Advanced Trading Psychology. Please write the topic down. Advanced Trading Psychology. Advanced Trading Psychology. Advanced Trading Psychology. If you are here and you have been following this masterclass for a while, then right now you definitely need to understand what trading psychology is. Okay? This topic for today is going to explain a lot of things to people who are wondering, at what point will the things I am learning, whether with me, Cliff, or reading Trading in the Zones or whatever, at what point will these things transform me? This topic is going to answer that question and give you clarity. This topic is going to answer many questions in your head for you to really understand how to navigate your way in this context. When we talk about trading psychology, many people for a very long time, in my own opinion, they just assume it's about understanding emotions. It's a dimension of trading psychology. In fact, it's a dimension of psychology. Let me drop the trading for a second. You know this already, that psychology simply means the study of the human mind, the emotions, and the behavior, right? If you add trading to it, It simply means that the person, which is the trader, we are studying the emotions, the behavior, and the mindset. So you need to be able to understand that the first step in studying psychology, and that is why when I come across videos, and forgive me if somebody is a mentor here or your mentor is like that, forgive me. But I have to say it. When you come across videos and the video goes like, I will fix your tradings. I know YouTube, they are trying to get the algorithm or whatever, but videos like, I will fix your trading psychology in 14 minutes. It's impossible, Chief. You can't fix a mindset that has been wired for 20 years, 19 years in 14 minutes. What that person is trying to tell you is that I will give you an information that will help you to start becoming aware of your psyche. So anytime that I see topics like that on Instagram or on YouTube, I cringe a little bit. Because number one, I also make content, so I understand what they are trying to do, but there are dangers to it. I remember when I started creating my content, and I was working with different, video editors and different team members before I settled on the team that I have now. Sometimes they will suggest some titles, and they are like, "Cliff, let's use this title," and I'm like, "I can't. This title, it's not working." But you see, me saying this also doesn't mean I didn't suffer. Because I can make a video, I think, if people heard this video, it will really change their life. But I don't want to hook you to think this video you're about to watch will change your life in 15 minutes. No, I can't do that. Because even though, yes, if the views comes in, it will help us to grow the awareness of this brand more. But at the same time, too, your mindset is important to me. So I will not say things like, fix your trading psychology in 14 minutes. Chief, it takes a while. So I know the clickbait and all those things is important when it comes to YouTube marketing, but I will rather wait for a while for a group of people to come to the awareness, and they will help to push this with genuineness of the right meaning of the message than for me to rush. But right now, of course, you will not get every single person to have this mindset, because now we are in a world where everything is fast. Are you with me? So that whole videos of let me fix your mindset in 15 minutes is not possible. That's why you go like, okay, I've watched this, but I didn't change. It's because you need to understand the topic I'm about to teach you today. It will make sense to you now. Transformation. Watch this now. Watch this. The first stage is self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation. Self-awareness is the foundation. I want to do something a little bit right now here, so that I'll explain something to you guys. Okay, I wanted to bring something on the screen, but it's fine. I wanted to just use something to do something. Okay, please, let's start writing now. We have done, this is our 42nd masterclass videos that we have done. Let me borrow from the YouTube and explain something. There is a video, I'll keep on going through, but I want you to stay with me because I'm trying to navigate this message today so that you understand where we're going with this. There are 3 stages that you will always find yourself in when you embark on the journey of trading psychology. When you embark on the journey trading psychology, you will always find yourself on there. Give me a second. I want to find a way to share my screen. Okay, you can go through the masterclass. That is also fine. Let me just focus on. The first stage is self-awareness stage. The self-awareness stage is called the foundation. That means when you come onto this masterclass playlist, when you go to my YouTube, you need to find videos that will give you the understanding of how to navigate your way in that stage called the awareness stage, the foundation stage. I have 3 videos or 3 masterclasses that will be able to help you to get that. The first one is what is really trading psychology. That masterclass is to basically help you to become aware of something. Number 2 is emotional intelligence, part 1 and part 2. Number 3 is cognitive bias foundation. These 3 videos, it's not the only one that talks about the foundation, but it is enough in the beginning. Somebody who is a beginner, it is enough for you to be able to. I will arrange, after this, what I will do is I will arrange a new 3 playlists. I will arrange new 3 playlists, and I will call it self-awareness stage, and I will add it to it. And I will call one self-regulation stage, which is the second stage and the third stage. Does that make sense? So the first stage, at least, you need to watch what is really trading psychology. Number 2 is emotional intelligence. Number 3 is cognitive bias foundations. Then after you are done with the awareness stage, so what is the awareness stage supposed to do? It's supposed to help you to see yourself clearly, how your mind, your emotions, and patterns influence your trading behavior. Are you with me? Then the second stage is self-regulation. Do you know why I'm calling it self-awareness? Self-awareness, because when you are studying psychology, it's an independent, relative course or a business. You need to study you. So when you go to any video and somebody says this is a psychology video for you, what they are basically saying is that I'm giving you materials, I'm giving you a video that will help you to study you. So if somebody says, I will solve your psychology, whatever that means, in 14 minutes, what the person is saying, I'm going to give you an information in 14 minutes that you can use to study you. But when you are studying you, it can last you for 1 year. So that 14 minutes video can help you in your next 1 year journey. But it doesn't mean that 14 minutes video can change your whole entire life in 14 minutes. No. Because it's a journey of awareness, regulation, and transformation. So the first stage is self-awareness, the foundation. The second stage is self-regulation. Self-regulation is after you have become aware, your next level is that the training that you are having now, you need to be able to get the tools that will be able to help you to regulate. So videos like Financial Thermostat, The Future You as a Trader, Psychology of Fear, Greed, and Risk, and Habit Formation Trading, and Discipline and Routine, they are for self-regulation. So during that stage, you are expected to begin practicing what you are learning, practicing it. So practicing simply means you will pick the emotion. Let's say, okay, Cliff said over here, I should be able to declare every morning. So I'm learning how to declare. You are practicing how to declare. You see, let me explain it this way. Let's say somebody wants to become a boxer, or somebody wants to become a footballer. Let me use a footballer. When you are practicing on the pitch in your team with your teammates, even though you are playing football, that is a practice. But then you will take that practice to actually go and play an actual Premier League one day. So even though everything you are supposed to do in the Premier League pitch, you are doing it in the practice, it doesn't excuse the fact that the practice is still practice. Are you guys with me? Good. So the first stage is self-awareness. Second stage is self-regulation. And we have videos on that. Again, to not take too much of the time, I will arrange the videos in a new playlist for you guys as well. All right, we will do that as for you guys. We will arrange it self-awareness stage, the foundation, self-regulation stage, the transition. Then the last one, which I'm about to talk about today, is my topic. It's called the or in other words, self-transformation stage. It is the advanced level. Self-transformation stage, advanced level. Now you have moved from being aware, you have moved from practicing. So now, if you are not aware, you need to go back to the basics. If you are aware, you need to start practicing. And if you have been practicing, but it feels like nothing is changing, then we need to start going into the transformation stage. That is where topics like the resilient trader, a profitable mind, beyond abstract concepts, distorted trading behavior. Now that is where I will put those advanced level topics. They are foundationally advanced. I don't know if that is the way to put it. So all those sessions, I designed them to make sure that you are emotionally conscious under real pressure. So you will hear me saying, when you are trading, let's say the resilient trader, or even trading performance, you will hear me saying things like, breathe in before you trade, because it is happening right there. So it is no more practice anymore, but rather if you are trading, do this. Are you with me? So now that you understand these things, now we are about to talk about advanced trading psychology. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I was having a conversation with somebody this week that we are just ending. That was what switched my topic from the addictive mind to the advanced trading psychology. Because when we're talking, I realized that a lot of people are aware now. When before they trade, they write down how they are feeling. After they finish trading, they write down how they felt. But you see, how you were feeling and how you felt after, they don't change you. They only make you aware. They don't change you. It's only for self-awareness. What actually changes you is what you do when the situation is happening again. So every single time I see somebody talking about trading psychology, in their mind, they think they are going to learn about their pitfalls, their psychological, biases that are wrong, and then they will now make right decisions. That is not what it means when you are studying trading psychology. Trading psychology is the study of the mind, the behavior, and emotions. So if you as a trader want to study trading psychology, it means you want to study your mind, your emotions, and your behavior when you are trading. So if in case you make any mistake during this trading session, yes, you need to go watch it, learn what you did wrong versus what you did right. It will help you to understand what is going on. However, it still needs to come down to you learning through the situation. So in training high serious performing businesses or careers, like being a pilot, being a doctor, we have something called scenario training or simulation programs. It's like we train you to make you feel like the situation was really happening, so that you will learn how to combat it if it was really happening. So you have heard me saying this before, that even if they give you a swimming book and you read it for 15 years, the first day you will jump into the pool. If it's your first time inside the swimming pool or an ocean, you will have to come out of drowning. That means you are drowning, but you have to use all the things you have learned to come out of the drowning for us to say, yes, now you know how to not drown. So what is happening to a lot of people is that they are learning the mindset strategy. They are learning to be aware. They are learning the things, but they want to just use it to not meet the situation. No, you need to use what you are learning to meet the situation and not fail. If you fail, you tweak. You go again calmly. You fail, you tweak. But it's not like when you go and you fail, Cliff, my psychology is not working. No, it's working, Chief. You just need to face the situation until you rise above it. So you running away from the experiences is another way of you not learning how to become advanced. Are you guys learning now? This is the issue. So if you are somebody that revenge trading has been affecting you over and over again, you don't need to run away from revenge trading and say, some people sometimes say, Cliff, I don't know why for the couple of 2-3 weeks now, I've been able to combat revenge trading, but now all of a sudden I have revenge trade. Chief, you have revenge trade because you didn't combat revenge trading. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have revenge trade because you didn't combat it. You were running away from it. So because it took you 1 week, 2 weeks, and it didn't happen, doesn't mean you have combated. No. So now it happens again. You sit down calmly. Okay, I have revenge trade again. What happened? Okay, it's because I needed the money this week. Oh, they asked me for some money I didn't have, so I got angry. Okay, anger. Cliff said every single time anger is showing up, it means there's XYZ. Okay, what should I have done? Oh, the psychology of risk. Okay, let me go and watch that video again. Cliff says something. Okay, so I should have, just like how you do back testing. Same thing, Chief. So what you can do is, if you are somebody that you are struggling with revenge trading, you need to sometimes have an account. to create scenarios that will make you normally revenge trade and combat it, win it. So you lose 1, 2, 3, you're like, hey, I'm done. Close the laptop, walk away, do it again, walk away, do it again, walk away. 14 days, 15 trading days, 21 trading days, you walked away, bam, bam, bam. Now your mindset can now basically say, man, I don't care about these 2 losses in a row. Are you with me? But if let's say you hit 2 stop losses in a row and you go and then you lie down quietly and you sleep and you say, whoa, so now you have not combated, chief. You only went to bed. The problem is still waiting for you. Are you with me? Advanced trading psychology. I want you to declare to yourself right now where you are that I am advancing. You are advancing. You know, now you remember our declaration that I am being transformed. So the first stage is self-awareness. Second stage is self-regulation, practice time. But the third stage, this one people are running away from it, is called the transformation stage. This is the stage that you need to be able to go live in the situation and still come back winning. If you fail, do it again. So the situation right now is that when people fail, they get broken. Now you will understand the topic from last week: emotional recovery and emotional regulation. How fast you can regulate and come back again shows mastery. So there are times, I think this week that just passed, I think it was Tuesdays. Tuesday, I didn't make no money. In fact, I took some couple of L's. Came back on the Thursday, bam. Friday, bam. I said, there you go. I was just lying now. I was just talking to my wife and I said, wow, man, I am a trader. So you see, so it doesn't matter what the situation may be. You will win some, you will lose some. But at the end of the day, you need to give yourself room to experience these simulations. Very important that you understand that. So let's get into today's topic. Let me give you some definitions and I will show you the 3 stages of the psychological development in trading. We'll talk about it again. And then we'll go into the science behind advanced trading psychology. And then we'll go through the role of simulation advanced trading psychology and how to be able to do this and not practical ways. And we are done for the day. A lot of things to be able to do. So let's rock and roll. Let's first define advanced trading psychology. Let's define that. Remember, we are taking notes. We are students. We are learning. This is a masterclass. Write some things down. Very important. Write some things down. Write some things down. Write some things down. All right. Advanced trading psychology is the systematic training and conditioning of a trader's mind. Is long. We are going to write it all. You need all of this in your notes. Advanced trading psychology is the systematic training. Advanced trading psychology is the systematic training and conditioning of a trader's mind to function with emotional stability, mental clarity, and adaptive intelligence under high pressure trading environment. I'll take it again. Don't worry. Advanced trading psychology is the systematic training and conditioning. Now, when you hear the word conditioning and training, it's not the same thing. Training and conditioning is not the same thing. Okay, but then let's move on. Advanced trading psychology is the systematic training and conditioning of a trader's mind to function with emotional stability, mental clarity, and adaptive intelligence under high pressure trading environment. I'm going to give you one more last time since you are watching me live so that you can get it. Advanced trading psychology is the systematic training and conditioning of a trader's mind to function with emotional stability, mental clarity, and adaptive intelligence under high pressure trading environment. You know, now many of you will start understanding the topics we have learned. It's not normal. You see, I've talked about adjustment and adaptability before. Anybody who cannot adapt to situations, you can't trade. For example, right now, you know, many years ago, I think 4 years ago, I will always hear traders saying things like, My risk to reward ratio is 1:10. This is how they say my RRR is 1:10. Now, if you are trading gold, that statement you made will test you. If your RRR is 1:10, then it means if you lose 4 times in a row, you are fine. Yes. It means if you lose 5 times in a row, you are fine. Cliff, what do you mean? Because RRR simply means that even if you lose 5 trades, and if your risk-reward ratio is 1:10, even if you lose 5 trades, it means the 6th one, 7th one, they must put you back into profit or at least break even. So you can't be angry if you are losing 3 times in a row and call it a trading problem if your RR is 1:10. So now with gold, you can lose 3 times in a row straight especially if your stop loss is 50 pips, 40 pips. I don't care if you are the chief of sniper. It will hit you. Does that make sense? So you need to be able to understand that when people say certain things, they're like, it's because they don't know how to adapt. The market conditions have changed. I've said this all the time. That if, let's say, for example, you were single when you started trading. Now, if you are married now, it won't be the same way again. If you are married now, it won't be the same. The same single person that was trading is not the same guy that is going to trade now that you are married. So adaptation is very important. To be able to adapt is an important key. Now, so you have the definition now. If you have the definition now, drop some number ones in the chat. Advanced trading psychology is the systematic training and conditioning of a trader's mind to function with emotional stability, mental clarity, and adaptive intelligence under high pressure trading environment. That is advanced trading psychology. That means now you are almost about to get to the unconscious competence stage when we're talking about trading psychology. Now, awareness is equal to recognition. Awareness is equal to recognition. When we say somebody is aware of something, it means they have recognized that thing. So you cannot be aware of something you have not recognized. So if your eye doesn't see it, and if your mind doesn't accept it, it's not awareness. Awareness is eyesight plus acceptance. Then we can now basically say that you have recognized that situation. Are you with me? So awareness is equal to recognition. Transformation is equal to reconditioning. Reconditioning. So now let's talk about the 3 stages again of psychological development in trading. I want to break it down again. I want to give you guys a very clear understanding so that we can be able to make sure we go to the science behind trading psychology. I take my time to explain these things very well because I want you to get this concept, okay? Each trader is going to move through these developmental stages. I'm about to give it to you. Number 1, I wrote down here, the self-awareness stage. It's called the observation phase. The goal of the self-awareness stage is to identify emotional and behavioral patterns. So every single time that you are listening to me as a beginner in the foundational stage, my goal is to get you to be able to identify your emotional triggers. So you will hear me saying greed, FOMO. Those conversations is not advanced trading psychology. They are awareness stage. So if I tell you FOMO is when you thought it was like, yeah, Cliff, that is me. It's awareness. That you have not changed yet. That is awareness. If I talk about self-sabotage, it's awareness. So the way that I've been teaching on this masterclass is that I can pick a group of awareness information. And through that, you will start to see the line of where I will show you the self-regulation. Then I will show you what you have to do to become transformed. So as funny as this is, declaration is not awareness. Declaration can be both self-regulation too and advanced. Because when you are declaring like that in the beginning, you are practicing. But when the situation is happening, let's say you are telling yourself, I'm great. And then now you have 2 losses and your brain is like, you were a loser. And you keep quiet. You have not learned to become transformed by that I am great. The moment that you have 2 losses in a row, it doesn't define you. So what do you say? 2 losses doesn't define me. After all, a stop loss is a stop trade. I am a disciplined trader. So I'm going to close my laptop and I'm going to walk away. Now you are becoming advanced. All right. So self-awareness stage. The goal of that is to identify emotional and behavioral patterns. So that is where you are writing things about you. You come on this masterclass, I say something, you write it down. The focus during the self-awareness stage, the focus is what triggers you is the focus. So when you are in the stage of self-awareness stage, you only ask yourself one question: what is triggering me? And what belief system drive my action? These are the two questions you have to ask yourself as a beginner. So when you come onto this masterclass and you are a beginner, the question you need to ask yourself that is important to me for you is only two. What is triggering my emotions? When you ask yourself those questions, some of them sometimes will mean that it's possible you don't have money. So you are afraid you will lose. So when you come to me and say, Cliff, I don't know why I'm afraid to lose. My question straight up will be, do you have money? If your answer is no, your fear is justified. You can't be unrealistic. Your fear is justified. You don't have money, chief. If you don't have money, your fear is justified. Are you with me? So during the self-awareness stage, the focus is only two. What is triggering you and what belief system is driving your behavioral actions, whatever you want to call it. Now, during the self-awareness stage, I'm going to give you the tools that you need for self-awareness stage. Number one is journaling. Number two is reflection. And number three is self-assessment. Number one is journaling. The tools, journaling. Number two, reflection. Number three, self-assessment. So that means if you have not been asking yourself what is triggering this in your journal, what belief system is driving my actions in your journal? What do I mean by belief system? Oh man, I don't think I deserve more. It's a belief system. I don't think I am a disciplined trader. It's a belief system. Yes, it is possible you are not at the level of the discipline needed yet. But if you believe yourself that you are not disciplined entirely, and that is what you believe your identity is, that is how you will trade. So the moment that you make a mistake, you will be like, didn't I say it? I am not disciplined. And that is how you will behave. So what is triggering your emotions? Is it poverty? Is it lack? Is it environment? What is triggering it? So what tools do you use during this stage? What tools? Journaling, reflection, and self-assessment. So if you only write in your book and you don't have some time, you sit down to reflect on the things you are writing, you come past that stage. So you can go ahead and go read advanced trading psychology book. You will get stuck there because you didn't even do the beginner stage, which is journaling, reflecting, and assessing or self-assessment. The common mistake that some traders make here, I wrote down here, believing that knowing your triggers is enough to change them is also the biggest mistake. So now when you now know them, you are not done yet. We are now about to go to the self-regulation stage, which is the second stage. I call it the control phase. The control phase. If you guys are learning, drop some number ones in the chat for me, please. When I say drop some number ones in the chat, I'm not looking for fans. I'm looking for you to be able to bring yourself into the awareness that you are learning. That is why I do that. Okay? Okay, self-regulation stage, the control phase. When you get to the self-regulation phase, the goal is to learn to manage impulses and reactions in real time. But it may be in a demo, it may be in your life account, it doesn't matter. But you now need to learn to manage. So that means learn to manage simply means you have to put the things you are learning into practice. The focus during the self-regulation stage is discipline, patience, mindfulness, and behavioral consistency. Discipline, patience, mindfulness, and behavioral consistency. During this stage, the tools you need to use, rule is a tool. A rule is not an abstract concept. When we say this is the rule, it's the tool. So rule, you have to put some rules in your life. Rules in your trading is a tool. Trading plan is a tool. Mindfulness, being mindful simply means how to bring yourself into the awareness of where you are at that moment. Listen, this is where I am now. Being mindful is a skill set. It's very powerful. And then the ability for you to be able to understand and listen, I am being mindful, but I need to also understand how to be consistent with my behavior. So these are all the tools. So during the self-regulation, you are learning how to manage your impulses and your reactions in real time. But then you don't need to confuse suppression with control. I always tell people this. When you are learning how to manage your emotions, it doesn't mean that you have gotten to the place where you can now control them. Because, so I'll give you an example. When you are practicing, let's say, breathing technique, 4-7-8. Now I have made you understand that 4-7-8 breathing technique is used to bring yourself into a mindful state. It is not the way people have made it look like it's like, you need to breathe and it's like yoga and whatever. No. Breathing, you were made to breathe. But when a situation is happening to you, you can sometimes shut down in breathing well because you may not realize it. So when you bring yourself into the state of breathing, you are making yourself feel like, calm down. Everything is fine. These are things you put into practice. But when you are, I will give you an example. It's like back in the days when I used to struggle with anxiety. I can go and watch a video. I can go and talk to my psychologist friend. I can go and talk to people who are even higher therapists in nature. And they will basically tell me, Cliff, don't worry, yada, yada, yada. Whenever you are feeling this way, I will never forget those days. I was really young and understanding the whole mindset stuff and everything. But when I'm panicking, I know I need to start counting. One of the tactics I was using back then in anxiety, of course, prayers. But also one of the things from a scientific point of view I was doing back then is I will count 100 backwards. So I will start by doing something like 100, 99, 98, 97, 96, 95, 94, 93, 92, 91. It's so easy for you to think it's easy to do it. Try it. You'll be like 99 or 98. But now because I've done it repeatedly, I can do it a little bit faster. 99, 98, 97, 96, 95, 94, 92, 91, 90. The reason why I'm doing it faster now is because I've done it over and over again. Right? Some people can do it faster also, those with a brainiac mindset. But in the beginning, when I started, I wasn't able to do it faster because I had to think about it. But it was helping me to bring myself into a state of awareness. Do you know why? Let me explain. Because normally we have been taught to count numbers in a clockwise dimension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can do it without putting effort in it. I don't need to activate my prefrontal cortex to count 1, 2, 3. For example, if you say maybe 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 4, 8, 8 plus 8, 16, 16 plus 16, 32, 32 plus 32, 64, 64 plus 64, 128, and so on and so forth. I am not putting in effort because we have done this when we're young. We're counting numbers. So if you see me doing this, it doesn't mean that it's because I can count fast or whatever. It is an automated archive system that is bringing the numbers out. So when you are counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I am not doing it with effort. So my prefrontal cortex doesn't have to be so active to let it be counted. But when I start doing 100, 99, 98, that is not the way I used to count. So my brain has to be activated. In order, my prefrontal, my logical reasoning has to be activated in order for me to count 1 to 100 backwards. So this is what we call, reconditioning. So that is one of the things I used to do as well. Another thing is that because back in the days I will wake up, and I'll be anxious for no reason. I just wake up and I'm anxious. And it's one of the ways I recondition my mind in the morning was to change my behavior pattern. How did I do that? I'll wake up in the morning and I'll look into the mirror and I'll say, Cliff Cheqona, I'm great. I'm happy and grateful now. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I'll be glad and rejoicing. When I finish, I now use my left hand to brush my teeth. First, for the first 2-3 minutes, I will use my left hand to brush my teeth. Why? Because I have been conditioned to always use my right hand because I am a right-handed person. So if I'm brushing my teeth with my right hand, my hand doesn't have to think too much. My brain doesn't have to think. It just moves and But when I use my left, it's like I'm struggling. And at the same time, I want to brush well because I don't want to cause commotion to myself and people around me. So I have to brush well. So I have to put in effort to do that well. So it's called reconditioning. That's why I said training and reconditioning is not the same thing. So if you tell me, Cliff, go learn how to brush your teeth, and then you tell me now, use your left hand to brush your teeth. I am training and reconditioning. Put psychology in the comment section right now. You guys are learning psychology. I said this is advanced trading psychology. I'm going to show you little things. So people sometimes say, Cliff, there are little things you need to do to change your mental perspective. So right now, there are things you are doing now. Your brain doesn't have to force to do it because it has been conditioned to do it easily. Now, when your brain is doing something that it doesn't like because it doesn't know it, it will fight you. It will say, I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it. So I didn't like using my right hand to be brushing my left hand to be brushing my teeth because it was difficult, because I have to, think while doing it. It's like I have to move it well and so on and so forth and all of that. Why? Because it is not the way I have trained this hand. But in order for me to recondition my morning from always waking up and doing the same thing, I had to do something else. I'll give you another example. I hope these examples are making you guys learn. One time, all the time when I go to the gym, so there is a gym, there are two types of gyms. It's either I'm going to 24 gym or I'm going to the gym downstairs. So the gym, we have a gym whereby you will know that. How do I even explain? So in this gym, in Dubai, the downstairs have the gym already. So what happens is that the way it's structured, it's a very small gym. But then I saw myself always passing at the exact same place without even trying it. So as soon as I drop the dumbbells, I pass the exact same place. I drop the dumbbells, I pass the exact same place. So one day I dropped the dumbbells, I was about to pass it, and I said, no, why? I can also pass the left. I said, no, I will not pass the right this time. I will pass the left. I will pass the left. So you need to be able to understand that conditioning is so powerful that when you become self-aware, you now need to put in the effort to do that. Are you guys learning now? So regulation stage is a stage where you are putting what you are learning into practice. And it must lead to reconditioning so that you can become strong in your understanding and everything. So a lot of people are wondering, Cliff, why can't I still stop being emotional? Because you have been designed by rewiring way, whereby right now the way you think and the way you see things, unfortunately, you have been conditioned. So we need to now know your triggers. You need to become aware so we can recondition your rewiring. That is why if you see all the things I'm giving you, all the stages say self-awareness, self-regulation. The truth is you may not have the money to be able to go and pay a psychologist to mentor you or bring you, or maybe I'm helping most of you guys now, but privately, but I can't help everybody one by one. So I do my best to make sure when I come on this masterclass, I give the full context of the knowledge. I don't hold back. I am not teaching something here. So I always tell people something when they message me, Cliff, how can you mentor me? I say, come to the masterclass. I am not giving some value, but if you want, let's say private, consultations or whatever, those things are different, but it doesn't mean this information can set you too. So self-awareness is to help you to observe you, to know your triggers and your belief system moving you. Self-regulation is practice, but those practice must lead to reconditioning. So maybe let's say every time you start studying yourself, you will know that every single time you wake up, there is a way you get up. There is a way you step. There is a way you do this. Sometimes there are people, you love wearing certain clothes to go to bed. Change it. Change it. This one is not about you don't have money. Change it. Just change the clothes. Just let your brain be reconditioned a little bit. Wake up differently from the usual way you have been waking up. Now, when you wake up differently from the usual way you're waking up, you see your brain will start getting a little bit healthier again because your brain needs different training to become developed. So that is a self-regulation. Are you with me? Then the last one is self-transformation stage. This is where I'm going to base my teaching on. The goal of the self-transformation stage is called the integration phase. The first one, let me recap quickly. The first one is self-awareness. What are we talking about? The 3 stages of psychological development in trading. But then the main topic today is advanced trading psychology. And I've given you the topic, every single thing. Now we are talking about the 3 stages of psychological development in trading. Self-awareness is the first stage. Second stage is self-regulation. Third stage is self-transformation stage. Self-transformation stage. I was going to talk about an account that in one of my people in the team, probably he's at the back office right now listening. And I will not mention his name, if not, you guys will go and beat him up. So we were talking about how, he was able to flip an account to something. Now, I'm not advertising flipping here, but it's so beautiful because there is zero emotions about the way he trades now. And anyway, I don't want anybody to go and rob him. So let me keep quiet. But the money he made was impressive. And you can only make that amount of money when you are emotionally stabilized. Anyways, last stage, and let's discuss that. Self-transformation stage, the integration phase. During that stage, the goal is to reprogram the subconscious mind. You need to reprogram the subconscious. So during that stage, we are targeting the subconscious mind. So we have to reprogram the subconscious mind through repetition and exposure. These two things are important, repetition and exposure. So if you expose yourself to a situation, let's say you wanted to increase and scale your trading account, but then you blew the account. You're like, oh, that's it. I will not do it again. Chief, you have to do it again. You have to do it again. If you stop, you will start all over again. Because listen, every single time that you stop something that, look, if it is too much damaging, then you wait. But if it's not something that is too damaging, don't pause, because it has to be repetition and exposure. So do it again. But do it with, logic. But do it again, because if you stop and you wait for 14 days is enough to create another habit. So during the self-transformation stage, which is the integration phase, the goal is to reprogram the subconscious mind through repetition and exposure. The focus during the transformation stage is emotional endurance, mental flexibility, and automatic discipline. When I said emotional endurance, I just remembered one video I commented on. Normally, I don't comment on a lot of videos on Instagram, but this one got me. Probably you guys have seen. He's a very funny guy. I think he's a Nigerian. And he said that what is funny to me is the way he even mentioned the crypto. He goes like crypto. I don't know why he says crypto. It's funny to me. But anyway, he was talking to his guy who invested into the trading. And he said, there is something in crypto called maturation and endurance. I was just trying to understand what the guy was saying. It was so funny to me because I understand what he's saying. Even though it's funny, what he's saying is true. You need to learn how to endure. But the way he said it is so funny. So he goes like, crypto, in crypto, you need to learn how to endure. There is something common. I said, why is he speaking like that? Anyways, during this stage of the self-transformation stage is emotional endurance. Chief, as funny as that guy is trying to crack a joke, you really need to learn how to endure. You need to learn how to endure. Emotional endurance, mental flexibility, and automatic discipline. During the transformation stage, these are the three focus. So if you come to me and you tell me, Cliff, transform my mind, I will tell you, Chief, no problem. The first stage is we need to know who you are. So every single person who have come to me for direct mentorship or whatever one know, the first stage is awareness. You will answer a lot of self-assessment tests. Now, many people, when they go through these tests, sometimes they come to me and they tell me, Cliff, I think I am sabotaging myself. I think the problem is this and that. And I say, I hear you, Chief, but I still need to diagnose you. You know why? Because you can go to the hospital and say your stomach is paining you. How did you know the stomach is the problem? Because the stomach is not the only thing in your digestive system. There is your pancreas. Is that true? There are different things in your digestive system. So how did you know your stomach is the problem? So same thing here. When you come to me and you tell me, Cliff, I think this is my problem, I don't believe you unless we do self-assessment diagnosis. Then when we get to know what is triggering you and your belief system, the next thing is self-regulation stage. Some of the self-regulation stage things is some of you will need to pause for 21 days, pause for 15 days, pause for 7 days. It depends on what you are going through. Then after we have done with the regulation and you practicing and every single thing, the next thing is self-transformation. The goal is to make sure that we focus on your emotional endurance, your mental flexibility, and then automatic discipline. Automatic discipline is when we have trained your subconscious mind to do something, even when you're not feeling it, you just do it. All right. Then I will give you guys an example. I know today I'm giving a lot of examples, but I hope you are learning from it. So when we started this masterclass from this year beginning, in the beginning, it was not easy. I mean, in the beginning, it was easy. I was just doing it. And I think after 21 days or 22 days, I remember I was talking to Shells and I was like, man, I think I'm starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed about the masterclass because like we have to always do it. And she was like, me too. And I said, yeah, I know. So, Shells and I were just laughing about it. But then I was like, she was like, yeah, me too. It's like, we have to do it again. And I said, yeah, we have to do it again. But right now, we have passed that in consciousness of discipline to an automatic discipline. Are you guys with me? So now the tools that you use for self-transformation stage is simulation, visualization, and accountability system. These are the three things. Simulation. That means, when I was telling you, if a pilot, before they can become a pilot, there is a number of flight time and feet you must fly. But then it's a simulation program. But then they are going to train you, like they will take you through all the things that can happen to a pilot in a plane. Then they will now say congratulations. Same thing as a doctor. They will let you even work on dead bodies, different things, and so on and so forth. But in training, people don't do simulation program because they don't know how to do it. So part of the advanced series we are about to be doing, I'll be showing you how to create your own simulation programs. Not programs, but rather scenarios. And then how to visualize. So you remember I was telling you guys about when you frown your face. When you frown, you frown for 3 minutes. So let's say, for example, now I'm giving you practice. I will tell you frown for 3 minutes. But when you are frowning for 3 minutes, don't put a mirror in front of you because maybe you may not know how you may look like. So I'm kidding. But anyway, frown for 3 minutes. You frown. Okay, you frown. Then after 3 minutes, you will notice that emotions will start. When you start frowning like that, it doesn't matter whether you are angry or not. The chemicals will release into your body. And then it can even remind you of the heartbreak you got. But that is the point. Then you can even think about the heartbreak. You can say, oh man, Abigail. Then you keep on frowning your face. You frown your face. So what you're doing is that you are trying to create a sense of anger in you, even though nothing is happening. Then when you feel angry after 3 minutes, you now say, calm down, smile. Then you regulate. So you are creating simulation program to make yourself angry, smile, angry. So you can do that for like 15 to 20 minutes. Anger, relax. But you have to slow down in the beginning because some of you maybe you have not eaten. So if you do the anger, you cannot reverse it. I don't know what will happen. So take your time. Maybe in the beginning, do it 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And then when you see that you're becoming a master, you can even do 10 minutes of anger and reverse it back in less than 3 minutes. It's called simulation program. So this is where you are now self-training yourself. So just like how you will go and somebody is training to go and play basketball and they are just doing this. You're like, what is he doing? You too, you have some. You have the same thing to do. You have to be. So imagine they walk into your room and you're like, if you're not careful, they'll go and report you to your family that you are going mad. But it's called simulation programs. In CBT, we call that cognitive behavioral therapy. We have so many different things you will be doing to make sure you recondition your behavior, especially people that are going through trauma and things like that. Maybe they are afraid of getting into a plane. There is a way they will do. So you need to do self. So during this series of advanced training psychology, I'm going to be teaching you guys a lot of things. All right. So smile. Then you frown. So you can make yourself angry for maybe 1 minute and bring yourself back in 3 minutes. You are just trying to release yourself, bring yourself. It's a simulation program. So the focus here is simulation. Then visualization, the ability for you to sit down. Let me show you something. If you are here and you're listening to me, maybe you were a woman or a man, have you ever thought about somebody and a smile has come into your face? Before, like you are sitting down thinking about Abigail and you're like, and you start smiling. The question is, what are you visualizing? What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Chief? You understand what I'm saying? What are you thinking that is making you smile like that? It's called visualization. That same tactics you are using, because the Bible says you can lust over somebody and you have slept with a person in your heart. It's telling you the level of the deep visualization and imagination. So if you can do that, you can do it to your finances. You can do it to your life. You can do it to your destiny. So you can sit down and somebody will look at you smiling. And what is it? And they'll ask you, why are you smiling? You say, I'm great. Great, because you have seen yourself in a level of greatness. There is a way you can imagine yourself being disciplined in the market, and that visualization will now create a subconscious feeling in your mind. Nothing can take it away from you. So during the self-transformation stage, during that stage, you are visualizing, you are creating simulation programs. And then the last one is accountability systems. And that is why, for that one, you guys should leave it to me. I am creating a very good accountability system for the TP family so that you guys can be able to be held accountable, okay? Don't worry about that. Now, let's talk about the science behind advanced trading psychology. The science behind advanced trading psychology. I'm going to run through this quickly, but let me go into the comment section right now. Are you guys learning? If you guys are learning, drop some number ones in the chat for me, please. Are you guys learning? You see, this is why it's important you have to invite people. Are you guys learning? Good. Let's learn. Let's continue. Good. Let's continue. Very good. Instagram, are you learning? Facebook, are you learning? Okay. The science behind advanced trading psychology. The stage, this is what you need to understand. I saw the comment from somebody saying meet and greets. Let me think about it. Anyway, let me keep quiet before I promise something. Okay, so the stage is grounded in neuroscience and behavioral conditioning. So the reason why we can back this up between science is because of this. It's because of what, you remember I've told you guys before, is called neuroplasticity. The brain's ability to recognize and form new neural pathways. That is why. Because the brain has the ability to create neural pathways, new ones, there is a possibility for you to go through this, to be transformed. Okay? So when a trader repeatedly practices calm responses to stress, so let's say whether it is about you creating a simulation program, it doesn't matter. When you do it repeatedly, you will start to see yourself that your brain start rewiring to meet that conditioning. So the first reason why it is scientifically proven is because of neuroplasticity. The second reason why it is scientifically proven is because of the amygdala and emotional hijack. You see, the amygdala, you have heard me saying this before, it is the brain emotional alarm system. So when you see a lion, it is the amygdala that sounds the alarm. Lion, lion, lion. So now, immediately, your brain will now react to that quickly, and you will either run, hide, or whatever. It is the amygdala. It is the same amygdala that has been, snitching to your mind that you are afraid of stop losses. It's the amygdala. But we call something the amygdala and the emotional hijack. So I will take you guys through all these things one by one. There is a topic that we'll talk about, the amygdala and the emotional hijack. We are about to go to the next level in this masterclass, especially this coming 2026, God willing. You are going to be learning advanced stuff. The amygdala and emotional hijack. So the amygdala is the brain's emotional alarm system. When you see price volatility or when you see a stop loss that you didn't want to lose, it can trigger the same fear, like as if you are in real danger. That is it. So in advanced trading psychology, what do we do there? We recognize the signal before the hijack happens. Does that make sense? So let's say, for example, there are people when they hit a certain stop loss, before they revenge trade, the first thing is stomach ache. It is true. I'm not trying to crack a joke. I'm really serious about this. The first thing that they will feel is some sharp pain in their stomach, right? It's a sharp pain in the stomach. And it will follow with anger, then revenge trading. So now when you feel the sharp pain, there is something you need to do quickly to make sure you say, this thing is, I'm about to run. Does that make sense? It's very important you understand that. So what can you do then? You pause, you breathe. Some people own, maybe it's not going to be breathing. Some people own is going to be about restoring control by being mindful and grounded. But then you need to be able to understand that the more you train your emotional neutrality, to be able to be neutral, you now start to become simulated. You become very grounded in simulated pressures. It doesn't matter whether it's real or not. Because I've told you guys before that your brain doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is not. Your brain, it doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is not. So even when you create a simulated program for yourself to train yourself, it will not be able to tell the difference. So it's called back testing though. So it's like you are creating something to be able to know how you feel like if it was real, but do it in such a way that it feels so real because your brain doesn't know the difference. Are you with me? Good. And the reason why, again, the third reason why it is backed by science is because of the prefrontal cortex and the deliberate decision-making part of your brain. You can also hijack your prefrontal cortex. You can reactivate it. Some of them is what I told you. Counting 100 backwards is a way of activating your subconscious mind. So the same way, if you are somebody who have been also counting numbers backwards before, then you need to count it ahead. So you are always trying to do the opposite. So anytime you do something opposite what you normally do, you activate your prefrontal cortex. It's an advanced knowledge. Are you with me? So let's say you are somebody, every single time that you go to church, there is a place you sit. Sometimes change it. Change the seat maybe. Just do something. Don't leave too much conditioned. Always make sure you are aware of what you do repeatedly and change it a little bit. Human beings, we crave for variety. There is a need for variety. You want something else. Then the fourth one is the role of memory reassociation. This one, let me talk about it a little bit. So past losses or trauma can form emotional anchors. So if you have lost a big amount of money before, your brain will never forget it because your tendency of not wanting to lose will always be greater than your desire to gain. It's called loss aversion, but that is the reality. Nobody wants to lose. They will rather preserve themselves from not losing than to see themselves for winning more. Only few people can see themselves above that, but that is the way it is. So advanced traders need to use journaling and simulation to reframe those memories. Are you guys with me? The goal is to remove fear associations and replace them with neutral or positive reference points. For example, instead of a stop loss equals to failure, a stop loss is a stop trade. You are trying to say certain things to yourself to cancel your memory. Let's say if somebody breaks your heart, you can basically say, well, it's because you're not the right person for me. Maybe it's possible that that moment is not time yet, but you have to say something to move forward. So it's called the role of memory reassociation. The ability for you to say certain things, create certain perception to remove fear from association. Are you guys with me? Good. Now we'll talk about more about the role of simulation in advanced psychology later on. As I said, I will talk about the role of simulation, the simulation in advanced psychology later down in another topic called simulation, psychological simulation in trading. We'll talk about that. All right, but for now, I want to give you the foundation of advanced trading psychology so that you will understand very well. Now we have, but I'm going to rush through quickly. I'll not go through this. But then we have different type of simulation that you need to do. You have number one is mental simulation. 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 Please, type of simulation. Listen, and when I teach you this, please listen. When you learn these things here, please quickly go and practice it. But don't practice something that will hurt you. Wait for my guidance. I know that it looks like another next week Saturday feels long, but wait for the guidance. Practice what I'm teaching you, but don't go and hurt yourself. Because if you hurt yourself and you don't come back next week because of anger, you will miss something. Okay, good. So types of simulations. Types of simulation in advanced psychology. Number one is mental simulation. The mental simulation is where I will put visualization training. So that is where you as a trader, I've seen the comment. That is when you as a trader, you mentally replay scenarios. You see, bad habit. That is why bad habits. You see, next week, I really wanted to teach the addictive mind today. God willing, next week I will teach it. It will deliver many people from many addictions. You see, that is why bad habits is easy to get stuck in your mind because, you know, when you watch something you're not supposed to watch, you know what I'm saying? Even when sometimes you are praying, you can watch it even though you're not near your TV. Why? because it has a way of replaying itself automatically. That's how powerful something is. So mental simulation is mostly associated with visualization training. It is when you, now let's talk about trading now. It's about when you, the trader, mentally replay a scenario in your head. So for example, you can sit down and you can imagine, normally try and use gold, okay? Use gold. So you can replay gold. You know the way gold, sometimes when gold is giving you a drawdown and in your mind, you are saying, oh, it will come up now and it will never come now. And you are still loading the dip and it still keep on pushing. Play that scenario. Play that. Me, I will never forget mine in 2015. Don't forget yours. Play that scenario in your head. And you're like, ah, wow. And then you are visualizing it because, and then when it brings back the memory, don't hide it. Tell yourself, what would I have done? Then now start doing it like as if it was real time. You see, in your mind, don't run away from memories. When you suppress memories, you are not free. Suppression is like a time ticking bomb. One day you will explode. One day you will explode. One day you will explode. That's how it is. So you need to be able to understand, number one, let me run through this quickly. Number one, mental simulation. Number two, emotional simulation. Emotional simulation is journaling something very specific, emotional situations, and then you describe how to respond differently next time. This one is about writing things down. So let's say you pick up your book and you say, what if I had 2 stop losses in a row? 2 stop losses in a row, what would I have done? Well, I would have closed my laptop. I would have done this. So those are emotional training that is happening by you journaling. It doesn't mean you will do that, but you have written it down. So it has one step, because there is something that happens to you when you pick up a pen and a paper and you write something. Okay. So the second one is emotional simulation. The third one is environmental simulation, real-time replication, the ability to set the atmosphere. So let's say, for example, you are in a place where there is noisy. So the noise is worrying you. Try to go to somewhere that is super noisier than where you currently live and train yourself in there to control yourself even in the midst of that noise. Then come back again. I know what I'm saying is, Sam Acclaim, do we have to do all of this? This is why a lot of people are not successful. Because if you want to be a hedge fund trader, there are many simulation training that you go through. Many simulation programs. They test you in so many different ways to see how you will behave. Anyways, now I want to talk about a practical way of, I want to give a practical framework for advanced trading psychology, and then we are done for today. I'm going to give you the practical framework for it. Number one, let's start with, if let's say the person is on self-awareness. The objective in the self-awareness is to identify emotional triggers. The training tools you need is reflection journals and feedback. The measurement is pattern recognition. That means in order for somebody to graduate from self-awareness stage, that person must be able to say, this is the pattern. Let's say every Monday you are losing trades, study the pattern. Every Tuesday you are making money, study the pattern. If you are able to identify a pattern in a behavior, you have passed the first stage called self-awareness. Number two, self-regulation. How do you know that you have passed self-regulation, and how do you do it? The objective of self-regulation is to be able to manage reactions. So the things that you need is routines, breathings, and declarations, and so on and so forth. Now, the purpose of self-regulation is to be able to help you to become emotionally stable. That means the ability for you to control yourself. I was talking to somebody, and maybe you have realized this, but let's say you are having an argument with somebody and you are angry. And you go like, no, the person is angry. So you tell the person, don't worry, I'm sorry. The person can tell you, don't be sorry. Why are you sorry? Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Why are you sorry? And they are angry because they don't want you to be, they don't want you to be calm. They want you to be angry with them at that moment. In that moment, that person is lacking emotional stability. They don't know how to be emotionally intelligent. So when you are analyzing your routine, when you are breathing, when you are staying calm, one of the things it helps you to become is to become emotionally stable. But so let me balance this quickly. Emotional intelligence is not equal to emotional stability or emotional resilience. Emotional intelligence is knowledge dependent. When we say somebody is emotionally intelligent, it means the person has become aware of their emotion as well as others and how it affects them. They are now going to learn how to become emotionally regulated in skill sets. Are you with me? Good. So self-regulation has to be able to make you become emotionally stable. Then self-transformation, which is the last stage. So now, what am I basically saying now, ladies and gentlemen? This is an invitation to all those who have been following me for the past 40 masterclasses, and I'm saying congratulations. If you have been following well, now you understand trading psychology. Now you understand how to become aware. Now you understand certain things that can be able to help you to know how to become emotionally stabilized. But now I am inviting you to the next phase of this journey called the self-transformation journey, our advanced trading psychology masterclass level. During this stage, we are going to be talking about very practical things, very, very practical things. But if this is your first time, don't worry, you are not too late. Go back to the masterclass and go watch again. As I promised, I'm going to be creating new series of a playlist for you guys, a playlist. And then I will arrange self-awareness videos, self-regulation videos, and then so that I will arrange self-transformation videos when we start these training as well. Are you guys with me? Now, the key takeaway here is that trading psychology is the training of the nervous system. When you start to learn your psychology, you are basically saying you want to know your mindset, your behaviors, and your emotions. What is triggering them and what is influencing your behavior, and then what is creating your mindset overall. When you understand them, the next thing is how then do you recondition your mind? Today, I am sure you have understood the meaning of reconditioning. That reconditioning is not you knowing something. Reconditioning is doing something opposite from what you used to do, but it is the same thing. Like brushing of the teeth. I am still brushing my teeth. I am just using my left hand to make sure my brain becomes activated while I'm doing it. Because when you have done something over and over again, you can do it again without realizing it even. It's called unconscious competence. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are here and you have been following for a while and like, Cliff, I've been watching the master classes, I've watched trading, I've listened to Trading the Zone, I've read the book, Breasting Barriers book, I've read it all, but still I'm not changing, is because you have not been able to become the person yet. Identity in transformation has not happened to you. And I pray and I believe and I know by the grace of God, if you listen to the information that we are learning here, sooner or later, if you are serious, there is no way your life will remain the same again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next phase of our Trading Psychology Masterclass, Advanced Trading Psychology series ongoing. Now, I'm going to be balancing it with other different things. So if this is your first time that you are here, these are the ways that I teach. I teach practical truth, I teach spiritual truth, and I teach psychological truth. This topic is psychological truth. Spiritual truth is sometimes topics like addictive mindset. Even though they have a sense of psychological, but I will connect it to a little bit of spiritual truth, because you need to understand, if you are addicted to anything in this world that is unhealthy, you cannot be able to be self-controlling over your trading business. The first thing you need to be able to conquer is your addiction problem. And how do you do that? We'll talk about next week, God willing, the addictive mind. Hopefully, no topic comes to construct this and take it away from there. But with that all being said, I hope you guys have learned something today. There was so much value, I believe, that was packed in this masterclass. It has given some people some clarity. If this is your first time, welcome to the TP family. Welcome to this masterclass. And if you are in Ghana, we will be seeing you on the 13th of December, the TP masterclass. If you have not registered yet, please register as soon as possible. Also, guys, I have something right now. If for many years people have been creating different videos of different Twitter accounts, which is called X. So a few days ago, we created a new one, few weeks ago, which is Clifford at Clifford Cheqona. at Clifford Cheqona. I want to do this announcement, so whether you get to find it today to follow it, there are many Clifford Cheqonas other people created or whatever, I don't know, but I want to go on X, because if I don't go on Twitter, then some people will probably do something that is not right. So Clifford Cheqona is together. Clifford Cheqona. You know, it only currently right now has only 2 followers, because nobody knows. We wanted to just keep it for this. So that is me. It is me. It is my official one. We are going to make sure we'll put every information there and so forth. The marketing team will pimp it and make sure it's better. But if you find other channels or whatever, and the DP is not like the one on my YouTube and on Instagram, it's not me. So the DP must look like the same one on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and all of it. It all has to be the same. Clifford at Clifford Cheqona. That is a Twitter. Follow me so that we can tweet together. I don't know what to say, but anyways, thank you guys so much. I will see you guys, God willing, next week. And if you're in Ghana, please make sure you register for the TP Masterclass. Don't forget that it is very important to me, and it must be important to you, because this masterclass, we're going to be doing a lot there that day if you are in Ghana. But if you're not in Ghana, don't worry, we are also going to stream it, so you're going to also find a way to enjoy it. With that all being said, much love, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you all. Have an amazing Saturday, and take care, and bye-bye.
Trading is a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. 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 Trading.